reseller than more traditional backup technology does. And so looking at some of the other differences between traditional base backup and online backup, just briefly, I'll spin through this so we can get to talk about the technology. From a deployment standpoint, online backup is far easier than hardware-based backup. You just push the software agent out over a network and you're done. Coverage, traditional backup solutions had great difficulty dealing with laptop fleets or distributed data like branch offices, whereas with online backup, every device that has the software installed on it gets backed up, doesn't matter where it is. Media, there is no media with online backup, so it removes all of the labor and risk associated with media-based backup that's plagued the industry. Recovery with traditional backup is slow and difficult, usually has to be done by a centralized IT department, whereas with online backup you can delegate recovery down to users, so data recovery is super simple and super fast. Security, most traditional backup solutions did not involve encryption, it just involved moving data to tapes, whereas with online backup you've got military-grade encryption as pretty much standard across the industry now, making certain that that data is fully secured. Access to data with traditional solutions was always through the IT department, which was part of the problem. With online backup, anybody can access their data, whether it be from an iPhone or from an Android or from a browser, and that then leads to the management and cost elements, where online backup is far easier to support, far more affordable for customers. And then again, looking at the margin for resellers, with online backup we see resellers earning as much as 60% gross margin on products sold, whereas with traditional hardware-based backup, the margin involved is only in the single digits, 5 or 6 percentage points is pretty common. So what we set out to do here at SOS is to convert backup from being a pain point for you and your customers and a cost center, and help convert it into both a revenue generator and a profit generator for your business. And so just looking at some of the economic stats around online backup briefly, a lot of people, this is one of the more common questions we get, how big is the backup industry, how big is online backup? In short, the total backup industry is about $10 billion a year across hardware, software, and services. As you saw of that, the hardware purchases of tape constituted $2.5 billion just 3 years ago. So it's quite a large market. The total online backup market today is only sitting at about $1 billion. And many people agree that online backup's poised to take 70 or 80% of the market over the next 5 to 10 years. So we're looking at an industry that will grow to $8 billion in size roughly, and is at about $1 billion today. So there's still a lot of growth ahead of us. All right, so I'll turn now and actually look at the core SOS technology. This is often where we get a lot of questions from the audience. Haven't had any questions so far, so please don't be shy. If you've got any questions that I can answer, type away. The SOS technology is built around 4 key concepts, starting with protect on the left of this slide, which is fairly intuitive. For us, protect means backup and recovery, and obviously that's core to our mission. We protect the data. Second component of the solution is access. We make it very simple and easy to access that data in new and more versatile and more convenient ways, so whether that's from an iPhone or from an Android or a BlackBerry or a laptop or a web browser. Share, this is both a business feature and a consumer feature, getting that data out of the cloud and getting it to colleagues at work or getting it to friends and family. We want to facilitate that process. And then manage. If you're a system administrator or a partner and you've got 500 customers who are backing their PCs up, how do you manage that? How do you report on that? How do you get core metrics? How do you deal with problems and escalations? Well, our solution's got our Pulse environment, which answers all of those questions. So, and I'll talk about each of these in turn on the following slides. So just going across this slide and talking about some of the key features. We've got a question here from Adrian Garza. Do you work for Mac? We don't currently have a Mac version of our product. We have a Mac version in beta, and we're trying to determine when we're going to be releasing that in production. Most of our partners serve Wintel customers. We do support backing up data from Mac, so we've got a solution where you can back up Linux or Mac or any other type of OS just by setting up our software on a Windows box, which it will then talk to other boxes across the network. So you can, if you had an environment that was all Mac, then we wouldn't be the solution for you. If you had an environment that was predominantly Wintel but had some Mac or Linux and other legacy technology in it, then that is easily supported. And hopefully that answers Aaron Chandler's question as well about Linux. Okay, so just going across some of the key features of the product, starting at the top. We do a lot of work on the product to make it as user-friendly and usable as possible, do a lot of usability analysis, and we've won a lot of awards for that. You can see there a graphic of the product as it looks when it's skinned for us, but of course we reskin that for you and for any other partner that needs it to be done. You can sell the SOS branded product if that's something you're interested in doing, or you can sell a completely white label to your own business. Continuous data protection. We integrate CDP right into the product, so it's not an additional add-on sale that you sort of often see with traditional backup software. CDP is built right into the product so that you can tell it to watch certain files, and as soon as those files change, it'll back them up to the cloud. Unlimited computers. This is a really, really important point. What's common in the industry is this $4.95 unlimited backup price point that's a Mozy and Carbonite pedal, which is, of course, enormously limited because it actually only works for one PC. So one of the key differentiators for SOS is that you can have an unlimited number of computers connected to your account, and that's actually where a lot of the power of the system comes from. You can see in that screenshot there that we've got, I think, 6 PCs that we're managing the recovery of, all from one console, so that the ability to have an unlimited number of PCs connected to a single account is a very powerful feature of the system. Global roaming access, so through our My Account portal you can access your data and share your data with anybody just through a browser. That browser can be on a smartphone or can be on a laptop or an iPad or a traditional browser. Then access an iPhone, we've actually got a dedicated iPhone client and a dedicated BlackBerry client that allow you to protect data on those devices, specifically contact address books. As well as stream video and music and grab documents, read documents, share files with others. So you've got the whole gamut of protect, access, share, and manage right there on your mobile device. Next one over, free integrated local backup. So this is important because we're not advocating that you or your customers should stop doing local backups. In fact, we're saying you should continue to do local backups. You can even use our local backup software to do so. But then also add online backup to what you're doing. So local backups built into the software, comes free. You can give that to all of your customers. The way some of our partners will deploy it is they'll give all of their customers the local backup software and a very small online backup account as a teaser or to get them used to the technology, and then upsell them from there. I'll skip through some of these unless there's particular interest from the audience, but just to draw your attention to some of these. PMU, so you can actually send the data on a hard disk drive if the data is all still encrypted, and we'll do the upload for you, so that can help save a lot of time. Powerful recovery. We've got a timeline-based recovery system that lets you, just using a simple calendar control, roll back to any given point in time, which is a very powerful system. Scheduling, you can set up backups to work daily, weekly, monthly, hourly, or continuously if you turn CDP on. One-click sharing, it's easy to share contents out with others. Unlimited versioning, this is another real set-apart feature, I think, for our platform. We keep an unlimited version history for any file, and we don't charge you for it. So if you've got a file that changes every day, we'll keep 365 versions in the year. What you can see in that screenshot, I know it's very small, but you can see a drop-down list where you can select the version you need. Or more importantly, with the calendar-based recovery module, you would simply select the date you want to see your files as of. And that versioning is done completely free for you, the partner, and free for your customers. We're the only online backup company that does this. All the other companies keep 14 or 30 versions of your file, but we keep an unlimited version history. We've got a question here. Is there a gigabyte limit for local backups? From Thomas Smith. No, Thomas, the local backups are completely unlimited, so you can back up as much data as you like. David Phillips asks, you mentioned that you back up unlimited PCs. Does this work with Windows Server? Absolutely, David. Windows Server is one of the most common, 2K3 and 2K8, probably two of the most common operating systems we deal with. Excuse me. Unlimited archiving. This is a quirky point, but an important one. In the industry, other vendors, specifically Mozy and Carbonite, have taken the position that if a file's on your PC and you back it up to their cloud, and then you delete that file from your PC, that they should delete it from their cloud. And their rationale for doing that is they say that, well, if you've deleted it from your PC, it no longer needs to be backed up. That would now be archiving, and we're not going to keep it for you. So they delete it from the cloud. Now, the problem with that approach is that our own customer data says that 60% of recoveries come from accidental deletion or accidental loss of files. Can't find it, or I deleted it, or I moved it. So what we decided is that we would build archiving right into the product. So SOS has got an unlimited archiving capability. It doesn't matter if you remove the file from your local environment. Unless you explicitly remove it from the cloud, we're going to keep it. Now, that's very important in the consumer space where, as I said, 60% of recoveries come from accidental deletion or loss. But across in the business world, it's vital, because what this allows you to do is to sell your rebranded SOS technology as an archiving solution, which is every business has. So now you can sell this not only as a disaster recovery and backup solution to your customers, but you can also sell it as an archiving solution, which is key for email archiving, regulatory compliance. So businesses that are subject to the HIPAA regulations or Sarbanes-Oxley regulations have to archive for a certain period of time. So let's turn now and look at the SOS partnership model. We're seeing this slide already. All right, so why partner with SOS? Well, 5 major reasons. Technology, delivery and support, high margin revenue, brand building, increased customer retention. We'll talk about each of those. So all of the technology that we've just talked about, you get access to, whether it's the local backup, the CDP, our 11 data centers around the world, the mobile clients, the rich media streaming and sharing, products for consumer, small business, and enterprise. It's the best product at the best price in the market. I've got a question here. Is it SARBOX compliant? Absolutely, David. In fact, selling this as a SARBOX solution for either DR or archiving is a big market. Another really rich market we see our partners succeed in is HIPAA. So every chiropractor, doctor, dentist,